Good morning, good evening.
Hello. How are you doing?
Doing busy kind of multi-dimensional block node released new version, main changes, Artem, and as I started testing 0.52 to see if it helped.
Oh, you started running it?
Yes, just click the button to see what's going on.
Well,
But for hanging symptom, it usually requires the whole week to state if it's fixed or not fixed. Because
oh, because of you say it's
z-
not consistent.
yeah, 0.50 reproduces about twice a week, assuming that I run solo about 10 deployments a day.
Okay. So 51 is where we introduced the cube control, not 50. And so the all of that logic got completely replaced for exec container, copy to, and copy from in
Cool.
51. So yeah, so I thought that it had been there a little bit longer, and that's when I made that comment. But I think what had happened was that we had rolled 49, and then we had a bunch of issues with our builds. And then I had to spend a couple of weeks fixing all of that auto restart logic, where it was automatically restarting consensus node. And then after I got that working, then there was some issues because they had changed some of the Hiero ledger org level permissions that broke our release and tag process. And so then I had to fix that. And then we finally published 50. So there was like a little bit of time gap between like 49 and 50. We've been trying to like publish weekly. But yeah, that one was a little bit further apart. And then or no, that was between 50 and 51. I meant not 49 and 50. Anyway, um and so I was talking with the team earlier today because we had our team meeting a little bit before this. And we Nathan kind of said, let's never never release on a holiday week. So we won't be releasing this. We'll release this week unless something happens. We'll plan on releasing this week, but we won't release the next 2 weeks. And so that means we'll resume releases on January 8th. Our preference is to be on a Thursday. So
It's very wise, yes. There are some even semi-official rules never release anything on Friday afternoon. That's
yeah, yeah.
totally true.
We try not to
So
do that.
be advised though, yes, be advised. As we switch to Kubernetes, Kubernetes has almost officially documented symptom of hanging, which reproduces 100% time reproduces. That's why in setter script, instead of kubectl call, I always use my scripts that I wrap kubectl with a timeout waiter. If it's hang, it automatically restarts the same call. Uh, Definitely, Kubernetes will help with copy too. Yes, it's true, but it might introduce its own hanging symptom. That's why, let's see, if it's reproduced, then I will suggest my wrapper for kubectl calls. But let's see,
Uh,
because at the
so
same time,
what cube control issue do you have issues with?
so any control call, any, like whatever, kubectl shell ls, like super small, or just any calls,
Uh-huh.
maybe in conjunction with teleport. We don't know who is guilty and what proportion is guilty, but kubectl with teleport, okay, introduce hanging symptom. To work it around about an year ago, so
Wait,
I
wait. You
introduced
said a symptom. Like, well, what's the symptom?
just kubectl call hangs.
Oh, it hangs
Yes, without traces, just an unexpectedly simple call, like kubectl, for example, get namespaces or get
and it
ports.
hangs 100% of the time, you said?
Oh, randomly, of course.
Oh, randomly. Okay.
Yes, randomly but unknowingly that ruins the whole business. Let's suppose why I introduce this wrapper because in the middle of night, in some unexpectedly innocent operation of kubectl, like kubectl ls processes or what ps processes, just happens to hang forever. So that's why I introduced a wrapper script that automatically kill hang process and restarted uh, to maintain continuity of all scripts. However, at the
Well,
same time,
I wonder if okay. So when we're doing cube control, then we basically we first make sure it's installed, and if it's not, I think we pull a version for ourselves. And then if and then I think we do a spawn command to leverage it. So if you have it wired up where your cube control wrapper is called cube control, then it might automatically pick yours up. But if your wrapper's not called cube control, it probably won't pick up your wrapper.
yes,
So
my wrapper in support slash setter slash cube control t that call current cube control, but with 10 minutes waiting time. But my point is, so recently, uh, Andrew released a new message to everybody telling that Dallas will be in maintenance since December 18. The purpose of an upgrade version of Cube Control everywhere. Hopefully
oh,
that
okay.
will fix. So that's
Cube
why I'm
control
not
or I thought Kubernetes.
Kubernetes, yes.
I thought they were updating the cluster, the Kubernetes cluster.
Yes. Hopefully that will kind of fix hanging symptom. Who knows? That's
Okay.
why I'm not kind of raising any panic.
Oh, so you don't know, like, yeah, because you don't know what the issue is. Is it teleport? Is it the Kubernetes cluster? Is it the kube
Exactly.
control
Maybe
command?
they guilty
There's too
in
many. It could also be, so are you running them from within the cluster, or is it running from outside a cluster talking to a different cluster?
no in the same cluster. So kube control no kube control on external runner talking to
A
uh,
different cluster.
different clusters. Exactly.
Okay, okay.
That's causing
Yeah,
hanging
because
symptom.
The HashSphere team does something a little different. They run a lot of solo commands from directly within the same cluster that they're doing the network manipulation on. And so we had to augment some of our code to use that different style of kube config because instead of having a kube config file, you pull the configurations from the cluster itself. And so we had to augment our code to handle that scenario. So yeah.
Mhm.
Um,
So that's why kind of result is, so be emotionally prepared for potential hanging symptom in kube control. Okay, but second, it may not be cube control that guilty. It may be teleport because I see that only in latitude under teleport. Maybe it's teleport. Okay, and since Andrew will update cube control everywhere in latitude on Dallas, I'm not panicking, waiting until it's happened. That's why. So
well, you could just proactively go ahead and open up a GitHub issue as an enhancement for those kube control calls. Anytime we're leveraging kube control directly to add the logic that your wrapper script does, basically. Where it just detects after a certain amount of timeout to kill it and restart it. And we can make that timeout configurable via some environment variables or something. And because that might and honestly be a good thing to add, probably specifically for you, would probably use it the most, but I'm sure somebody sooner or later it might get triggered, and it might even help some occasional end-to-end test failures that we have too. So, yeah.
true. And if you wish, there are little historical review. So in Google, they have two drivers, which is Kubernetes, control driver, and ADB. ADB is a driver to see Android device attached to PC.
Yeah, yeah.
Both of them have this hanging symptom. Both of them. So in
Huh.
my previous place, when I operated with trillion ADB calls a day and trillion kubectl calls a day, I noticed it hanging. That's why I introduced this automated wrapper to work around that hanging symptom.
Huh.
Yes, that's something about Google. Maybe they use some mutex thread library that hanging. I don't know.
Interesting.
Yes. Next topic is .env file. So currently I use workaround, which is just restart all consensus nodes and explicitly redefine in environment variable with expert. But if you kind of fix that yesterday issue sooner, I'll be super happy.
Yeah, so I told the team to go ahead and work it. But what Evo told me was is that if you that you renamed it to application.env.text. If you just call it application.env instead of application.env text, it works, is what he said. But I told him to go ahead and fix it anyway because somebody else might have the problem anyway, and we just should go ahead and fix it, and that you already have a workaround. But it sounds like if you just didn't call it .text, it would work. But obviously it still needs to be fixed. So.
Yes, thank you. The problem is if we keep it files like blah blah dot properties, blah blah dot env, GitHub Actions has issues with them. So that's why in Citer script, Roger introduces a script to keep them only as a .txt file. Otherwise, GitHub Action scripts will permanently and constantly complain on something.
What
That's
is the GitHub Actions complain about? Because our stuff runs and it uses them like that.
true. Just format of text, like for example, application.properties. GitHub Action scripts that have that million verifications, complaining on each and every PR and telling you keeping dot property files, it's not safe, blah blah blah. That's why Roger
Oh,
renamed it into
that's
dot txt.
probably it probably has to do with your repo configurations
Yes,
and how like all your different linters and stuff like that. And so consensus node is Java, so they probably have some property file linters and things like that. Whereas ours is JavaScript. And so we don't typically lint property files because that's a Java thing. And so we're probably never picking that up. But we do sometimes lint like YAML or JSON or something like that. But I don't even know if we lint JSON, but we do JavaScript, TypeScript, and YAML.
yeah.
Yeah,
The point is
anyway,
to work it around. Roger just rename application.properties to application property.txt, and this problem disappears. Okay,
yeah. Well, he could have also just excluded the directory from the lender, and that would have also fixed the problem. But anyway,
good. But in general, we continue. Thank you for incoming fix with .in file. It's fine.
yeah.
And priorities of the days for me is, of course, besides testing all releases, it's new monster project, which is Smart EVM. That's what I'm focused. Oh, Roger joined. Hello, Roger.
Yeah, we were just talking about you, Roger.
My
Yes.
ears were burning, so I thought I'd show up.
Yeah. Um, do you have anything else?
Roger, changing your icon.
Huh?
You changed your icon. It was different.
Oh,
It
Now it's
Roger?
was different.
panda.
Now it's this one.
Yeah. What's the occasion?
We're coming up on a new year,
I see.
so it was time. I have a very angry panda as well that looks very similar to this one.
Do you
But
pull
I
that one
didn't.
out when you're feeling especially angry?
I almost pulled that. It's my GitHub thing now, so a little avatar there. I'll
Nice.
probably turn it into my new public icon at some point.
So on Roger, I was telling Alex earlier we weren't gonna probably release. I mean, we're not gonna do it a release. We'll do a release this Thursday, but then we'll stop for a couple of weeks and then resume on January 8th. And
That makes
but
sense.
also there was a bug that Alex had opened around some calls, and those calls were drastically changed in version 51, and version 52 is the latest. So version 50, if you are still using that on your pipeline stuff, there was a drastic change to the exec container and the copy to and the copy from, which we use in a lot of different things, and sometimes we're creating issues. So
Okay, so do I need to update the version there?
It probably would be good, but honestly, I don't know if it's stable enough. Maybe you should just leave it alone until until I get back from vacation. So, because I'll be out the last 2 weeks of the year, so I'll be here all this week, and then I'm out for 2 weeks.
I'm gonna listen to what you want me to do, Alex.
Yeah, I would say listen to if
We're on
Alex
50 across
says.
the board. Do you want
I think Alex is running some 52 on something, but
Yes, I'm testing 52. Roger, please don't switch until I give a green light.
yeah, there you
Yep,
go.
just let me
That
know.
sounds good.
Jerome, just to correct my sentence, nothing against 052, but please wait until green light. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, Alex has got a lot of unique scenarios that our end-to-end tests don't cover. So,
Yeah, it's pretty good. You should get Alex to write some tests for solo.
oh, yeah, we need or figure out one that whenever he has these issues, it also typically blows up, but it doesn't take 24 hours to run.
Yeah.
Or what we could also do is daisy chain them together so that like maybe one particular one that's a good one can be kicked off automatically whenever we do a tag or something like that with the new version
Mhm.
or something. I don't know. But sometimes the issue they work just fine and then they don't break until like randomly. Like he was just saying this exec container issue happens 2 times out of 10. So yeah. It's not a for deal thing, not consistent, it's random. Which is actually better odds than we were getting trying to integrate block node and mirror node. It started
Yeah.
off it started off 1 out of 10, but before I finally killed the logic, it was like more like one half. Flip a coin. Actually, it was worse, I think sometimes. I don't know. But anyway, it was pretty bad. So I finally just disabled the integration between Blocknode and Miranode, and things stabilized dramatically. That was that. Remember test GCS failing all the time,
Hmm.
and a couple other jobs. It executed a very piece of logic that required the mirror node to properly have all of the data from the block node, which got it from consensus node. So it's testing that whole flow of data there, and
Yeah.
that was creating all of the instability in all of our test cases. A majority of it, probably not like 100%, but like probably 70% of all those failures was that. So now we're still failing occasionally, but the test GCS is like, I don't even know the last time it failed, but we're having some issues with a couple other jobs. So, but anyway, yeah, fun stuff. Sometimes we spend more time on those stupid end-to-end test regression jobs, but that's just the way it is, and sometimes it's about just getting the jobs the code for the testing working correctly, and it
Yeah.
doesn't have to do with your actual code, but when it does actually have to do with your code, that makes it worth it. At least it should, right? So that's the way it is. Do you have anything,
Speaking of
Roger?
exception, speaking of exceptions,
I don't have anything right now.
Okay.
I need to cancel this job before it uploads to GCS though.
Is that one of mine solos?
No, it's one of mine.
Oh, okay.
I'm updating to ensure that we're passing the we're doing a state validator uberjar build in XCS dry run. And we haven't been doing that before. So I need to make sure that we've got it all set correctly. And
You
I
say
don't
something,
yet.
Alex?
yes, kind of joking through the tears as you talk about never release anything during vacation. Blocknode team give me situation. Right now they change the way how they build it, remove several build target in Gradle, everything in a mess. Good. December 16. Yes.
Nice. Yeah, they decided to throw that in there. Are you taking time off for the holidays, Alex?
Nothing extra.
Okay. Yeah, they're going to keep you busy, and they'll be all gone. I think Nana is going to hang. No, wait, I think Freddie's going to hang around. So Freddie should be around in case you need him, is my understanding.
Yes, Freddy is online.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
I'll be doing like mostly half days next week, and then I'll be off the week after that.
Yeah.
Jeremy, by the way, okay, iteration number two, I'm friendly remind you about one page of our trip to
Yeah,
Lisbon.
this is yeah, I'm on it. This isn't the right recorded meeting for that, but anyway.
Sorry, yes.
But yeah, I'm working on that, and we'll have some updates for this evening's meeting too. So yeah. All right. I guess I'll go ahead and end this call then. So y'all have a good day, and I guess I'll chat with both of you at our team meeting later. So
Thank you,
bye.
All
Jeremy.
right.
Roger. Bye.